Standing on the edge of that bridge, I wonder if just one more step could end my pain. It is November of 2009, and I have had enough of this year. The voice in my head gets louder the longer I stand there. You're a failure. You couldn't keep this job. What makes you think you can keep another one, if you can even get one? Suddenly, I remember what my father used to tell me when I was 10 years old. You can't do anything right. You're worthless. I'm helping my father recover from major surgery. Helping the man that I hated for damaging me was a very hard thing to do. I'm also going through marriage counseling to save my marriage. And to top things off, I just found out that I am going to be laid off at the end of the year. I'm facing what will probably be a long unemployment. The voice in my head continues. All it takes is one more step. Come on, it'll be over so quick. You won't hurt anymore. I'm measuring the distance from the top of the railing to the sharp rocks and rushing water below. Is this high enough? Suddenly I have a vision of my 3 children. Rose, who is 6, Jacob, who is 3, and Grace, who has only been walking for a few months. Thinking of my kids reminds me that I made a promise to be a better dad to them than my dad was to me. I finally exhale. I think to myself, I should give this some more thought. And I walk away from the edge. 6 months of unemployment goes by, and I land a new IT manager job. 30 days later, I decide it isn't a good fit. I jump ship to another IT manager job for 6 months. I walk out of that one. Then another job for 6 more months. Don't like that one either, so I switch to being an IT director. That one lasts 2 years, till I decide I hate it and leave. Eventually, I make a huge decision that I want to run away from IT altogether and become a real estate agent. I have 0 sales experience, a client list of just friends and family, and no savings whatsoever. 9 years after standing on that bridge, my real estate business has failed. I am unemployed again with no income, except now I have 2 more boys, Sam, who is 3, and Zach, who is not even a year old yet. I'm counting the coins from our spare change jar to figure out if we can afford Christmas gifts for the kids. The thought of feeling like a failure to my family again is more than I can bear. It's a gray day in the middle of November 2018, and I'm sitting in my SUV at a nearby park while I play depressing songs to make me feel as low as possible. Between songs, I hear the voice in my head again, louder than ever. You know this was all your fault. What made you think you could be a real estate agent in the first place? You're just an IT guy. More than that, you are a loser, a failure. You will never be able to do anything right. I suddenly recognize the voice. It is my father's. You're a sissy. You act just like a girl. You're not even a real man. I start to sob uncontrollably. I want my agony to end. The voice in my head tries again. I can help you end your pain. Let's talk about ways to do that. I promise it'll be quick and easy for you. I was ready to listen and act. I'm thinking about that same bridge from 9 years ago. Just then, my phone vibrates with a new text message. I look down to read it. It's from my friend Jeremy. Jeremy knows things are not going well and wants to check in on me. I'm not sure that I really want to respond, let alone tell Jeremy what I'm thinking about doing. But as Jeremy keeps texting, I feel this push to share what is going on with Christmas and how I'm counting coins. Within a matter of minutes, a separate message pops up on my phone. I just received $200 from Jeremy, and it has a message. Go buy your kids some presents. I cry again, only this time the tears I cry are of gratitude. I walk away from the decision that could end my life again. After a few days, I decide to share with Jeremy how bad things really are and how I'm having suicidal thoughts. He knows me, and he knows there is only one way to help me get my life back on track. It isn't with money or a job. Jeremy believes I simply need something to commit to, something to get me out of the house, a new routine, new thoughts, new goals. Jeremy says to me, show up at the gym and scan your card. You don't have to do anything else Monday through Friday, and I mean it, Monday through Friday, every damn day. On December 10th, 2018, I start a journey to rebuild my life. I show up to scan my card at the gym. Then I choose to work out that same day and keep doing it 5 days a week. Soon I am driven to find additional ways to transform myself. I start journaling. I join an accountability group with other people who are achieving their goals. I read books. I meditate. Everything I do transforms me physically, mentally, and spiritually every damn day for the next 2 years straight. In early February 2021, my father is on a ventilator in ICU, dying. Suddenly, I am spending the next 5 months managing the end-of-life affairs for the man who made me think I am worthless for the last 40 years of my life. I should be falling into a deep depression, maybe even looking for a bridge. But this time, I am unfazed. The voice in my head says nothing. I have a new level of resilience I never knew was possible. And it all began by scanning a gym card every damn day. Wow, it's hard to believe. 5 years. 5 years have gone by since I started every damn day. A lot has happened since then, but I really want to focus on 2023 right now and give everyone a quick update. Quite honestly, I think 2023 has been the best year of my life. I have accomplished so much. I have encountered several challenges along the way. Most of all, I have endured and proven that through daily effort, I'm able to strengthen myself in physical, mental, and spiritual ways. The start of the year was a little rough. COVID reared its ugly head, along with a few other ailments. But once I got over being sick, I signed up for my very first 5K. Now, while I certainly didn't break any records, my goal to finish the entire race without walking was achieved. Not long after that, my focus shifted to two things. First, my oldest son was graduating from high school and preparing to ship off to boot camp and become a Marine. But in May, things took an unexpected turn when I was diagnosed with type 2 diabetes. To be honest, I can't say I'm surprised. My eating habits and my fitness habits slacked off in the years since COVID. I was not putting enough focus on these areas to really keep this from happening. A few months later, we sent my son off for boot camp. I decided that once my son was gone, I would start a workout challenge of my own to be in better shape and to lose weight and to maybe put the type 2 diabetes into remission before I saw Jacob 13 weeks later. But the day Jacob got on that plane, I went to the gym to start this challenge and bang, blew my back out. It was so bad, I was unable to walk for 3 days. This was a major setback. So for a month, I focused on just rehabilitation. This was by far the worst back injury and recovery I have ever had to deal with in my life. But the lesson I learned was I am not focusing on my core enough. So I started a routine focusing on back and oblique extensions 3 days a week, and I still do that to this day. My back is doing so much better, probably better than it has in the last 3 or 4 years. In mid-August, my back was doing well enough that I could start a new challenge, finally. I decided it was time to go back to basics. Every damn day worked well for 2 years for me. Why not do a similar challenge again? So I decided to challenge myself to do 60 days of fitness every single day. That is 7 days a week this time. During the weekdays, I would do weight training and cardio. On the weekends, I would at a minimum walk, or I would swap out a walk on Saturdays with a run. Sundays, I did a walk, making that my recovery day, my active recovery day. Day 60 was going to land on the day before I would watch Jacob graduate boot camp in San Diego. But Before I could do that, I decided to add one more thing to the challenge. Well, I didn't fully decide on my own. Jeremy convinced me to join him and his family for a savage race that was down south of Dallas. If you've never heard of a savage race, think of Tough Mudder. This is similar. 1 week before I would watch Jacob march as a Marine for the first time, I completed a very muddy and complex obstacle course that stretched over 5K. I was able to complete all but 2 obstacles, but more than that, I fought my lifelong fear of heights and won. There is one obstacle that is 25 feet high and you have to climb up to the top and then climb down the other side. I am so proud of myself for doing this, and I didn't hesitate at all when I came to each obstacle. I told myself I was going to do it each time, and I did it. Talk about confidence. The following week, I completed a run with Jacob on the Embarcadero Trail in downtown San Diego along the shore. This was technically day 62 of my challenge. Wait, John, you said 60-day challenge. What happened? Well, I decided to keep going. Before I got to San Diego, I extended the challenge to 90 days. While I was on vacation in Southern California, I kept the streak going. In fact, the day we went to Disneyland counts as walk day for me, and I did over 21,000 steps, back and forth from the hotel and then the park alone itself. In November, I went to the Bo Eason Personal Story Power event. I learned so much from this experience. I love it so much. In fact, the story you just watched at the beginning of this video is a result of what I learned there. But during this trip, I kept up with my fitness challenge, and I got to run along the shores of La Jolla with Jeremy in the mornings before the event would start. It was while I was in La Jolla that I decided the challenge would go until the end of the year. But as November continued, I began to notice some major changes in myself. I was stronger. I was able to lift more than I had in a really long time. I was able to run farther. I could do push-ups so easy. On top of that, my endurance had increased tremendously. I found myself working out for over an hour each day, lifting weights and adding a walk, run, or stair stepper at the end of each workout. What's more, I started to see the muscle gains I have. I have muscle I have never had before. Fact is, I'm the fittest I have been in a long time. In fact, I even want to say I am more fit than I was at the peak of my first Every Damn Day challenge. But don't forget, this isn't all about fitness goals. I discovered I was more calm, more at peace, decisions came easier, my stress levels were much lower, I found my temper was nearly non-existent, I was more present with my relationships with my family and friends. I was focused more on others instead of me. I think it is safe to say I'm finding that I am now John Kirby version 3.0. I am a better husband, a better father, a better friend, a better person. That is why I decided that this challenge has to keep going. My goal now is to complete 365 days of fitness. I'm now on day 120. That means somewhere around mid-August will mark 1 year straight. Who knows? Maybe I'll extend it then. I want to see where this takes me. What will I be like? Who will I be after a year of daily fitness? What will I look like? How strong will I be? With 2023 being such an amazing year, what does 2024 look like? Well, I've decided 2024 is going to be a very big year for Every Damn Day. I have several projects in the works. One of those is my book, which is still in progress. Yes, it's still happening. I am still working on it, probably version 3 of it by now. But I am looking at other possible ways to help others make themselves a priority so that they can be present for the people they love and care about. I also want to find opportunities to speak and share my story and what I have learned. In the past, I have focused on depression and anxiety for Every Damn Day, and these are still very important topics, don't get me wrong. But Every Damn Day has become something more for me, and I want it to become something that will help others to feel the same way I do, happy, healthy, and committed to life. But you're just going to have to wait to see what that looks like. For now, thank you so much for watching. Have a Merry Christmas, and may 2024 be the best year yet for all of us.